you. Thank you so much for staying with us right here on your Women Radio WFM 91.7. It's an amazing Wednesday morning. It's midweek already. And today is the 25th day in the month of February 2026. So we just have a few more days to wrap up the month, February. Just a few more days, just about 3 days to tell February bye bye. I don't know, but I just feel that this February is long. Just they do like other February before you know it don't pass. This one going to stretch this stretch because whether it's because in my mind is deeming like February should be like the shortest month ever, but it still feels like up to now we're still in February. And let's not forget that is a whole 31 days. So yeah, we're just going to be seeing, March, maybe longer than February. But hey, however it is for you, just make sure that you're good. First of all, your mental health is good. You are okay. All right. So whatever you're doing to bring in money, all the legitimate things you're doing, just make sure that you are good and you are okay. All right, this is your Women Radio WFM 91.7, and it is the program HerLens, where we discuss, dissect, and disagree on topical issues right here on Nigeria's first radio station for women and their families. And I hope that your day is going on well and you're feeling great today already. Yes, of course, HerLens. This morning I have Rachel Omorege with us. Hi, Rachel. Good morning to you. How's your day going or starting off?
Morning. Good morning, Rose. How are you? My day is going great. So far, so good. It's been good.
Okay. All right. So it's good to hear from you. And it's good to see you too this morning. Okay, so we'll be heading on with the program Highlands. Please do well to send us WhatsApp messages to 07031756537 or 08155917917. Feel free to dial the numbers 07000 or 09155917917. Those are the numbers to get in touch with us this morning on the program Her Lens. Okay, so let's start up with this particular one of every day we'll come here, we try to talk about how women should, try to protect themselves, be vigilant, how we should try to as much as possible see that we guard ourselves. Okay, we protect ourselves to a very large extent, but it seems like we can just never do enough of it. We can just never do enough of it. So we can just never do enough of it. So how else do we then want to protect ourselves? The last one we took on our lens was, two ladies who got a modeling gig offer and they decided to go. In fact, this one said she just accompanied the other one accompanied her friend, and they went there, and a lot of things happened according to their story, and they got raped. At the end of the day, so that could actually tell a lot as regards to how safe or how unsafe rather a woman could be. Now, for today's story, this young that's even for work, for love, for relationships, we've seen a lot of that happen. Now you see young girls will get up, even matured women self will get up and to go and see the guy, and before you know it, they get there. It's either they're killing them, or they're having accidents on the road, or maybe their body parts are being taken after they've been killed, or you see them in bags being butchered into, they'll just find a way to just cut them, butcher them into pieces, and before you know it, they're bagged and all. So it's a lot, and it tells about our security as women. If you do for love, now wahala. If you do for job, now wahala. If you do for even the right reason, self, all it could still end you up in trouble. So how do you then get to do all of this to protect yourself? Now this is coming because a woman who visited a man she met online or found tied to a tree in a bush. Now, a woman was reportedly rescued, and this happened all the way in Delta State, following, an encounter with the man she met online. According to accounts circulating, the suspects invited the woman out under the guise of meeting. Let's hear. Now, however, instead of taking her to a public location, he allegedly led her to a secluded bush area alongside an accomplice. Now, from the sources we hear, the woman was tied to a tree during the incident, which further alleged that the man accessed her bank account, transferred all the funds that she had while she was restrained. Now, this came to the fore, when members of local vigilante group intervened and rescued her. Now, one of the culprits was caught. Vigilantes interviewed the victim, and she told them after they picked her up, they were driving towards a secluded place. That was when she started getting scared, and so a lot just went down there, intimidating her, and also apparently there were just people who just wanted to take what belonged to her money and all, and they had to take her that. So far how far can we go in terms of protecting ourselves? Because right here we'll come here, we'll talk online, person where person where safe, he won't do you bad if he do you these things, let alone person where no at all. But then again, there's always the issue of, oh, please be open-minded. You never can tell where you will meet people. You never can tell where, your maybe your husband or your future partner could come from. Be open. Still on the same internet that we have. A lot of people have met themselves and they've gotten married from abroad though, and within Nigeria. Here, we've had people who are, in fact, my sister-in-law that I know, my sister-in-law, she met her husband online and they got married. And, everything has been fine since she got married out many years ago, Seth. So, um, it's still the same thing today. But then you don't know who is who, you don't know who you can trust, you don't know how far. So, how careful can we be in terms of, meeting people online, following them dragging you or pulling you in to come visit them or to come see them, and this actually ends up in the other way. So how careful can we be as women? So Rachel, let's start with you on this. How careful do you think we can be as women, knowing fully well that, oh, as a woman you need to be open, you need to be very free, you should try, be open-minded, you never can tell, with all of these plenty societal talks, how careful can we actually be?
Well, for me, firstly, I would love to say something in which that I don't know if it's a Nigerian thing. I also don't know if it's a what thing, but most times we tend to blame or we caution the victims more than the bad people.
Mm-hmm.
People stay away from trouble, guide yourself, protect yourself. We don't tell the bad people, do not do bad, do not cause harm. How, just like what you said, how protected can one be? How, come on, I mean, even she said, whether you I think I saw the video at first. They tied her to a tree and they collected about 100K from her. She's even, they just collected, they could have done more. How careful can one be? How many protect do we want to protect yourself? I say, oh, don't come out, don't do this. You eventually, we're human beings, we're going to have to leave. My question is, how come that we do not caution the bad people to stop doing harm? We are only telling people, oh, stay away from trouble, avoid people, guard yourself. How many guide can we guide? Just like you now, you said, in as much as we tell people to protect themselves, we also tell people to be more open-minded. Even me myself, as you tried the question to me, I also don't even know how to answer that question, because how protected can one be? You
Hmm.
know, to be honest, it bothers me when I see things like this. How protected can we be? Especially for the women out there, because so many things happen. It's women that you hear of ritualist case, it's women that you hear of kidnapping case, it's women that you hear of raping and all those set of things. How can we protect ourselves? Why don't we tell people, do not cause harm, stop this, don't do this? Instead, we tell people, avoid this. I don't know. Most of they touch me a lot. They just touch me. Yeah, I
You
don't
know,
even ask that question.
speaking about this, this actually brought to mind. I was reading. I think somebody was the whole Simi case that was going on.
Oh,
the back and forth on Simi's case. I read somebody puts. I think I don't know. I can't remember the celebrity. She came out and she was saying that, oh, that ladies should dress
yeah,
well.
I
You
saw
know, in the hair. That don't
viral,
cause
like,
another person to
like
fall
you,
off.
that when you come the number of targets that she was, that's what she was trying to say,
Mm,
even if words. And I'm like, even me, I commented though. I said, ha, how well can somebody, both the one that is covered, both the one that is not covered, people will still appreciate you.
exactly.
People will
Exactly.
still, if you like cover from head to toe, it's still going to happen. How
So,
many?
so Exactly. So that's where when you were speaking, that's where my mind just went to, because she was saying, "Oh, okay, cover yourself and don't put yourself in that
Why
position."
don't you tell the people how come you should not do such bad things? You should not inflict pain on people. You should not force yourself on people. Instead, we are saying, cover yourself up. It's as if it will reduce it. It does not still reduce it. Even children too are even into this. And what do children attract? Children don't attract anything. These things are I don't even know how to answer this question, because most times, even myself, I'm also asking myself, what can we really do to protect ourselves?
So
What
for you now, Rachel, if you go online and just probably you start getting yourself familiar with somebody in the talking stage, and you're feeling like, oh, this person is getting serious, and you've never met this person, and the person calls you to, probably come over, or when can we meet up somewhere, and all of that. With all of these things that is coming up now, readily want to make yourself available for that, because I mean it's a lot. Would you want to make yourself available for this kind of meetup?
To be honest, I would say don't go. Whatever, I believe you can discuss some things online. Then
Mm.
as person first, and at least if you're going to see the person, let it be in an open environment where people are, where people can see you, rather than in the enclosed environment. Watch what you eat from that person. Watch what you drink from that person. Just try watch your environment. That's just it. You can never be too careful.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, Rachel. This is your Women Radio WFM 91.7, and this is the program HerLens. And today we're looking at this particular lady who met, this guy online, and they decided to meet somewhere. So she got to the spot. They took her into the car, driving down, thinking that, okay, yes, we're going to somewhere, that we could just sit down and just, but instead they took her to they took her to another location rather, and decided, secluding her from busy environment. They got to a bush, tied her up, took away her money, transferred all of her money and all of that. And a vigilante actually, caught them while they, I don't know that is while, or, caught Sha, one of them was actually caught Sha.
I
Uh,
think after, because it
it was
apparently I
actually,
grew up in Delta State, so it was actually a place that happened in Ugele and Eku, and I'm
mm,
quite those places. Why?
so that means there were so many bushes around there then.
Yes, they are, and most times things like this happen, but not as rugged as you tying somebody in a tree.
Mm.
And I'm like, well, they could have done worse. Luckily, she was found.
Okay. This is just actually a lot on us as women, and even, as young girls. All right, Tibinabo, let's bring you into the conversation. How careful can we be every day on her lens? So we go talk this thing. But, then again, it's social media we're talking about. People still meet people on social media, and it's good. And so how careful can we actually be when it comes to cases like this?
Okay. Good morning, ladies. Good morning, Rachel. Good morning, Rose. Good morning, Susan, and good morning to all our listeners. It's good to be here. And as I listen to Rachel, I just told myself that Nigeria is so convoluted. Nigeria is so convoluted. We are into everything, everything. We're not even trying to do what is right. We just want to be bad and then, get away with it. But you see, as I listened keenly, as a mother, I I I listened to Rachel, and what came to mind would be quite different from our thoughts. I mean, our line of thoughts, that we tend to keep calling to order the victim and then not saying anything about the
Traitor.
perpetrator.
Hmm.
See, as me I did. Now my picking here I go dey draw. Because you see, we live in a country, if we are going to be honest with ourselves, if every now and then, as much as perpetrators come out with their dangerous activities, they are quickly punished and everything, it
Hmm.
serves as a deterrent. But we have you know, a process that is very slow. I mean, the judicial sector that is very slow. So because it is very slow, it seems as if there is no justice. So the easiest thing the parent will tell a child is, please be careful. Oh. And what I tell people is this. I tell people that, look, no matter the punishment meted out to a bad person, the bad has been done. The victim will live with that, with the aftermath of the bad. So why would I rather advise the victim than face the perpetrator? Perpetrator is not my concern. It is the business of the law enforcers. It is the business of the judicial sector to make sure that this person is punished. Because if I take laws into my hands, nobody, I mean, they will term it jungle justice. Because for me, if you rape, I know what I want to do to you. If you rape anybody that I know, I won't do to you. Will come across as being lawless on my part. So that drives me to quickly want to face my own, that please, careful, don't do this, don't do that. But I promise you, even with all the protection you put around yourself, these evil ones, as people are listening to this program to learn more, evildoers are listening to better hone their game. So that is why it keeps getting more difficult. Because, I mean, like I tell people, you cannot sit in it was in those days that you will be in your father's house, that somebody will come and say, we saw a flower, the flower, they bloom, we want this flower. Today, you have to, I mean, how many people have gotten married, in that situation? That somebody just came to the house and then saw you. It's not common. If it was obtainable in those days, it's not as commonplace as you going out and meeting your friends. So you see, there is danger everywhere. Everywhere there is danger. You meet somebody online, you have to be careful. You meet somebody in school, you have to be careful. Do you know that even on campus, I remember a lady told me that a guy dated her and they eventually got married. But he now confessed. He said initially him, trying to date her was not out of love. It was because himself and his friends felt she was too proud. She was so full of herself. So they felt it was the better looking guy amongst them. Then you would think he has money, because of the way, because of his clothes and everything. So they pushed him to go and toast her. And he did. But eventually, he got to realize that she was simply trying to mind her business on campus. It wasn't because she was proud or she looked down on some guys. So by the time he got to know her better, he just remained a good friend and made sure he protected her from all of these guys. And by the time they were out of the university, the relationship grew, deeper, and then voila, they are married. I mean, I'm talking about something that happened about 19 years ago. So it's new. Where is the woman safe? Where is the girl safe? Only God is protecting us. But above and beyond that, so you see, as much as we try to, raise the fence of protection and everything, somebody will always scale the fence. But in that, let us keep protecting ourselves. When you meet somebody, I know somebody who met someone online and they are married. And equally, I know a young girl who met a guy online and she was pregnant and the guy disappeared. As we speak, she gave birth to a very good-looking boy. And I'm talking about 8-9 years ago. She's the one taking care of the boy. Thank God for her parents who did not abandon her. Initially, they were very angry, but we intervened, we made them see things in other perspective and all of that. and she went back to school eventually,
Hmm.
and she's out of school now. She's a graduate. She's done with school. Fortunately, she has a good job, and she's doing well, and she's even married. But that boy's father, till as we speak, is nowhere to be found. Funnily, she said the pictures they took, those days there weren't very good phones.
Yeah, good cameras.
Pictures they took, he stylishly deleted them from her phone.
Ew.
She didn't know. When he was going to leave her, he took her phone as if he was doing some things on her phone and deleted every picture they took together. So everything he did with her was deliberate. He planned it and he chose to mess her up. I know this girl, all those quiet, I'm minding my business, I'm
Hmm.
pious, I don't want to disappoint my parents kind of girls. So
Hmm.
for one reason, she fell into his trap. And today she has a son, a 9-year-old boy, whose
Hmm.
father will not know. But she has the support of her parents, and she's married to a young man who has accepted her, plus she, plus her baggage. So you see, I would always go to the girl, because when person cuts you like this, even when the wound is healed, you are the one that is carrying the scar. That is why more attention is paid to the victim rather than the perpetrator. Now law will deal with that. And when law they crawl like snail, you better rally your children and talk to them well. Not because you feel that the criminals should not be dealt with, but because at the end of the day, life has no duplicate. That lady was lucky.
Was
They could have
lucky.
put her in that bush and then left her there to die. They could have maimed her or done something, raped her and everything. They didn't even rape her. She was damn lucky. She was too lucky. Sorry for that word. She was too lucky, because ordinarily they would have raped her. They would have done a lot of things to her. So please, as much as we know that perpetrators should be punished,
Hmm.
please be careful. You can never be you can never be too careful, but let's do our best to protect ourselves, because criminals are out there and it's not written on their forehead. They go about looking like very kind people, very gentle people, very nice people, and because God has covered our chest with flesh and bone, so you can't see the hearts of a man. But the Holy Book says the hearts of a man is desperately wicked.
I think we can.
So let's be careful. Let's be careful. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Ibinabo, for your thoughts on this. We can never be too careful. All right. This is your Women Radio WFM 91.7, 26 minutes to 10, right here on Women Radio. So, Susan, let's quickly hear from you and then we head on to the next conversation we need to take this morning. And it's good to see you join us this morning, because I know yesterday you said it's under probability. So, yeah, um, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Okay, so good morning, everyone. Good morning, HerLens family. Um, yes, I'm actually at a meeting, but I would like to contribute to the discourse. Like Ma'am Ibn Abo rightly said, it is important that we play our parts. One of the things I learned over time, and that has been for some years now, was when a lady, something happened, she went to visit someone she met online and it turned south. This was many years ago. And since then, it has been in my head. Like I can't get it out of my head. I know that you have proper connections that happen on the internet, but whether you are male, you are female, but especially for the women, be careful. If you need to meet someone in an open space. Do not meet. I mean, they are carrying you to a far place and you are going when you are not wood, when you are not a tree. Let us play our part so that we don't fall victim. We shouldn't look desperate. I watched that video. At some point, I had to scroll past because some of these things they disturb me when I watch them, and at night I may not be able to sleep. That's why I needed to also protect my own mental health. It is all shades of wrong. This is 2026. We cannot keep repeating the mistakes of the past. Why are you entertaining a total stranger, not in a public space? I remember I shared this here, I think last week or thereabout, when I met people that are strangers, I made it a point of duty. If it is not an open place like an eatery or wherever,
Mm,
forget it. You are not seeing me. You are not meeting me. I know you cannot be 100% careful, but please, let's play our role. Why would we be caught up in this web? And I'm particular about the women's folks because I have seen them fall over and over. Let me tell you, the mouth they used to chat you is not the mouth they will use to eliminate you when the tables turn. We have to be realistic. And these things are not written on the face. That is why, for me, even if you're a love interest, you are a partner, you are a whatever, you're a suspect to me until I can trust you. I don't want to know where you are. Even if I have known you in the past and for some time I have not met you, you become someone I will not 100% trust because within the break, I don't know what has transpired with your life. And so this morning, I'm not here to sugarcoat it for the women. I'm here to tell you to sit up. You have no business going into secluded places with someone you don't, a total stranger. Family members even harm family members, let alone a total stranger. Come off it. Thank you.
All right, thank you to Susan for your thoughts on this. Let's all be careful at the end of the day. We can never be too careful. We can never be too careful when it comes to issues like this. You don't know somebody, why not the person come and see you? If they true want to see you, why not? Why don't they come and see you in your own comfort zone? And see how things will go from there. But you leaving your own comfort zone, your own safety, to go to a place where you know no one, you don't even know the person you're even going to meet, you're not even sure about them. I think you should think twice about it. All right, so yes, you can do well to dial the numbers 07000 or 09155 Send us WhatsApp messages to 070 or 08155 Ibinabo, a minute. Your hands are up.
Okay, thank you. I just want to quickly add to what we have all said. That we live in, after all, you met this person on a social media platform. So that means you have a phone that enables social media. So please, when you go to any place, share, do a live video. Let the person know that
Share location.
where you are. Because sometimes, you know what they do? They quickly engage you in a conversation that to distract you from doing anything. They overwhelm you with kisses and hugs and everything. Because I just remember somebody's story now. So please, don't let anyone pressure you into going to a private place. Meet this person in a public place, and wherever you are meeting, do a live video. Let somebody know that you are there, and even show the face, look at all this and that, so that the person knows that even if the person tries any nonsense, your face is all out there. Because you see, there are people that some people are very patient. They can meet you and take their time for 6 months to carry out their evil plans. At the end of the day, let them know that you are a person who shares your information with the whole world or with your family. So whatever they're going to do to you, everybody knows already. They know who to call, they know who to arrest, they know who to deal with. Don't get too carried away, don't get too interested, don't get too excited meeting the person that you forget to protect yourself. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Binabo, for pointing that out and adding that to our conversation this morning. Okay, so it's about 20 minutes to 10, so we'll just use the next about 15 minutes to talk about the trending issue of the musician Simi and some of the posts she had previously done. Now, this is coming as from the case of Mirabel. I know you all remember the case of Mirabel we took here. The lady that came out to say, oh, she was, raped while she was not, okay, because she, took something to sleep and all of that. And then later on, we came out to hear that, oh no, she wasn't raped. So there's the issue of, um, her mental state, helping her become better and all of that. So yeah, so from the use of that, we get to see Simi, come out to say, oh, rape should not be taken lightly. Men who are, supporting, or rather who are trying to put, the issue of, okay, if you were, if what's the word right now, if if you're accused of rape, and and the person that was raped, putting it side by side and all of that. So she came out to condemn all of that, condemning men who were talking about, oh, people who are accused of rape, just forgetting the real issue, the real issue of it. So that actually, brought a lot of people to go back to her tweets. So actually, I'm just trying to cut, the whole thing because of our time. Now, that actually made a lot of people to go back to some of her tweets, and some of her tweets were not looking good or did not read right. She being her early 20s and putting up some of these tweets was not it at all. Now, this tweet came from, her mother who owned a daycare, and you had children there. So the tweets were more, of sexualizing the children who were in the daycare. So, I mean, this brought in um, a lot of backlash on her as a person, on her family, and all of the things that she has said. So it's not necessarily that she did any action or she did anything to abuse these children physically, but the tweet that she was putting out there, to an extent that people were now putting it, juxtaposing it with that of, is it Eric, if I'm not mistaken, Eric, who came out to also put up tweets on young children and all of that. So I think he was also arrested or taken into custody or something like that. So for this particular one now, let's hear your thoughts on this, because there's the issue of, um being young, being sexually aware, and being at that stage where you see everything and you just want to probably sexualize everything that you get to see. Because for a lot of people, it's life, their lives comes in stages. You might probably be at that point, and whatever you get to see or whatever you get to read, even if it doesn't have that connotation on it, you probably in your head you're thinking about it, or you are saying it that way. And then there's the issue of actually just looking at this, young children, and thinking that, oh, they're doing things that they should not be doing at that age. So there's just a lot. And then there's the issue of, having social media to just put whatever comes to your mind, and you're just putting it out there, not forgetting that social media, or rather not coming to a place where social media is a place where it just never forgets. And then there's also the issue of, was that the other point I wanted to bring out so that we could all talk about it? There's also the issue of we now being aware of all of these things. Because when Simi was 23 years old and was doing all of this or putting all of this, we were not so self-aware as we are now, of um all the subtle, maybe violence, or assault, or molestation that could be going on, and that we could say in our words. Maybe we're not so much aware, but now we're aware that anything we see, we're reading a lot of meanings in it and seeing it from different angles than we were doing years ago. So there are all of these things that comes up. But let's quickly hear your thoughts on this trending issue, and probably the way forward, because as it is right now, NAPTIV have said they want to investigate further into the allegations of the daycare, and we know what our daycare could be like as it is right now. So I'm being able quickly, let's start with you, few minutes, and then we hear from Susan and we hear from Rachel too.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. You just took everything out of my mouth, because the understanding we had about, child abuse some years ago, I mean, everything has changed in recent times. Now we have better understanding. Then when you talk about child abuse, did I call child or sexually suggestive images to children? It's wrong. But most of us don't know this. And also, I remember so many years ago, a particular family, I think I mentioned this some time ago, a particular family, their neighbor used to call their little daughter, Ìyàwó mi, Ìyàwó mi. And each time the girl did anything wrong, they'll say, Ma, I'll report it to your husband. And the girl will say, ah. I was like, I experienced it when, or should I say I witnessed it when I visited that family, and they were actually reporting the girl to the man. And the man was saying, if you don't do this and that, I will not marry you again. If you don't think you're not gonna, I will not marry you again. The girl was saying, what is this? And I spoke against it, and everybody was like, ah, you have come again with all this your they believe that it is a non-Yoruba mindset. Because I mean, I'm not Yoruba now, so what is there? Is it not play? I said, now play, they gradually translate into reality. By the time that man will grab that girl in one corner, Ìyàwó mi, she will not resist, because he had called her his wife in the presence of her parents. And so, and children, and of course, parents like that, they'll be doing things in presence of their children. I know a mother who would undress in the presence of her son. And I said, this is not, well, even though you have come, oh, this is my child. I said, it's not that. And if I would be looking, the day I experienced, even me, for my friend to undress in my presence, I would just stylishly look away. I don't know how to really look at somebody naked like that, even a female friend. But people do this and we don't see anything wrong with it. So you see, there are so many things that we don't understand that we need to start understanding, and we need to take caution from, acting in that capacity of calling a little baby your husband, or like there was a time, sorry, please, there was a time in a daycare, now we're talking about daycare center. There was a time a lady told me that, this little boy is bad. The parents, this and that, what did he say? He's always trying to raise other children's skirt and everything. And I told them, I said, do you change diapers in his presence? They said, yes. Do you undress other children in his presence? They said, where will we do it before? I said, you are the ones teaching this boy, not his parents. Maybe I've taught him too, but ignorantly, but you two are ignorantly teaching him. Children are very curious, especially toddlers. You pick up his friend, maybe the girl that they are in the daycare together, maybe she has pulled and want to change her, want to remove her diaper and change the diaper and all of that. You raise the skirt, you remove the diaper, you put a new one. The boy is curious. The boy wants to raise the skirt and see what did they even change. It's not because it's bad, but because of what he has seen.
Yeah.
We learn by sight, by sound. So if it's not learning by sound, it's learning by sight.
Of what she tweeted. Okay. Yeah, our network just, had a glitch. Well, thank you very much. Ibn, I hope you cannot hear me. Okay. Okay, great. All right, so thank you very much, Ibn. But quickly, Susan, our time is fast spent. In just a few minutes, let's have your take on this. Hi, Susan. Are you here? Oh, okay. So I think network 2 has caught up with Susan. So Rachel, quickly, let's hear your thoughts on this. On this whole Simi saga, because I'm very interested in what you will say on this one, Rachel.
Yeah, I've been following. See, if we talk about this today, we'll not leave here. But for the sake of time, I've been following this down to the comma and the full stop since Mirabelle started. And how Simi even her tweet started. And I'm like, even me, I for one, actually, I'm a fan of Simi. And when I saw these tweets, and I'm like, 2012, 2013 to 2014, she made this tweet. She came online to say these things. I'm like, why? At the same point, I'm like, why? I don't think that we should. I think the thing is that some people are waiting for people to commit crime before we realize that this person is bad. The small traces may actually lead to bigger things. But you start small. Even from the things I'm so shocked that personally I don't want to believe it. But the more I see it, I'm like, you said this. And at the same time, I understand what Ibnabo was saying about children are very curious. It's very, very 100% true. A lot of children, even most especially boys or even girls too, most of them, they start with this thing. They want to know what would happen, what will happen if I do this and that. And before they create scenarios like this by mistake. Even most parents don't even know that they are actually encouraging these things by mistake.
Mm.
And it becomes worrisome to me. Like, for example, now, the thing she said, it's a lot. It's a lot. For you to actually say that about,
Because she's now a celebrity. That's why we're seeing all of these things. Because most people, when you go back to what they wrote in 2013
yes,
to 2010, even yourself, you know, go one see am 2 times.
a lot of people are craving validation so much that you say anything just to trend. And now look at it. You said something to trend, and now look at what you are saying. And mind, it's funny how she was literally talking about stop raping children, only from them to go and dig up what she has said. Oh, and I'm like, first of all, we should watch what we put on social media. Even our mindset, whatever you put in your mind, first of all, watch it, because it's well, devil can use anybody. That is just what I have to say. Another thing is we should not wait till these things accumulate to become bigger issues. From small, we can curb it.
Yeah.
And parents should actually have a big role to play when it comes to sexual education. We should actually educate the children more, because whether you like it or not, children will be curious. Instead of you avoiding it, just comfort it, because it's better that you do it than from outsider to do it. Because if you don't tell your child, outsider is going to tell your child. That's outsider is going to, even these cases of Iyaomi, Okomi, all these things. It's from, you see a child and you're calling the child Iyaomi, fine boy. All these things, they start from small. And we don't see an issue with it. We think, they are just complimenting. But meanwhile, people have dangerous minds. We don't know who anymore. They don't write on the forehead that this person is bad. We don't know.
Okay.
All these things become bigger things. We should actually look at it. That's what I have to say. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Rachel, for your thoughts on this. Maybe tomorrow we could just pick up a bit. Ibinabo, our time don't go. Maybe tomorrow we'll pick up on this conversation because there's lineup of adverts that we need to take. My apologies, Ibinabo. Tomorrow we will pick up on this because I feel there are a lot of things that we've not spoken about as regards this. We will start up with this tomorrow. Hopefully, Wahil and Hati and we're here to take up this. There are a lot of things that we need to look at, different angles of this that we need to look at, because even Rachel too, I think there's still plenty of things that she wants to say on this one. But tomorrow we'll pick up on this conversation. Thank you so much, ladies, for being a part of the program today. Do well to have a great day ahead. We'll be here tomorrow, God's willing. And to each and every one of you who tuned in to listen to us today, we say a very big thank you to our producers. Thank you very much. And a very big thank you to our executive producer, to Tonwa Kewale.